Nigga, Mama Duck told me that, man. So this is what they do, bruh. And I don't mean to throw Mama Duck under the bus. I swear to God, I don't.
Show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, okay, I'm sure most of you heard by now, there's a new rumor floating around that there'll be another RICO, a new RICO targeting OBlock, but this time, allegedly, Lil Durk will be indicted. Now, first and foremost, let's make it clear that right now it's all hearsay and none of it has been officially confirmed under any legal grounds. And I honestly didn't even know where the rumor stemmed from at first, but I caught a snippet of King AK-47 saying that he was told by Mama Duck herself about a new RICO indictment targeting more members of OBlock when he was responding to Mickey Truth in this situation that they have going on. Now, one thing about a RICO, you really don't know until it actually hits, you know, unless you have some type of inside information because you are a victim or related or affiliated to one of the victims involved in the crime surrounding that RICO, or you just the police. Now, when it comes to a new RICO indictment targeting OBlock and new members, do I think the feds are done with OBlock and just the 5 that went down for the Duck hit? No. Right? Do I think there'll possibly be another RICO or at least more guys indicted for other unsolved crimes that took place involving OBlock members? Yes. And I have many reasons to believe so. For one, I told y'all before to pay close attention when Mama Duck speaks. Whether y'all like her or not, she told y'all in the beginning that certain people were going down and was very vocal about who in the beginning. But she kind of calmed down. I don't know why, but my guess is that she was probably told behind the scenes not to say too much, so she don't interfere with any ongoing investigations probably going on behind the scenes. That's just my observation. I could be wrong, but once again, Mama Duck told y'all in the beginning, quote, they're all going down because they're all telling on each other. I repeat, she said they're all going down because they're all telling on each other. Not to mention when you got certain ops doing interviews and saying things they shouldn't be saying on the internet, that makes it kind of easy to put things together as well. Then when you got confidential informants that have been informants for eons upon eons, you know, it's kind of hard. You don't know what type of information they have. But once again, when Mama Duck told y'all before that there would be some type of arrest made with certain individuals, not too long after, that's when the OBlock 5, as we know them, was arrested. Aside from Mama Duck telling y'all that there'll be more arrests, y'all have to pay attention to what's going on and realize that the feds have been stepping in on a lot of these cases lately, picking them up and solving a lot of unsolved bodies that dropped in the past. And what makes them even more easier to solve is the fact that a lot of these guys throughout the years have self-incriminated themselves, whether it was in songs, social media posts, going live, whatever. Because according to them, they thought they beat the case. You know, time went on and you know, as you get lackadaisical because you think that you done beat the case, you think they're not paying attention no more, you just do whatever. So the feds have doubled back and now they're coming, and unfortunately, we from the outside looking in are able to put 2 and 2 together in certain situations. So if we are, what do y'all think these guys who are highly trained professionals who get paid just to investigate criminals, what do you think they're doing? Right? Then going back to what Mama Duck said once again, they're all telling on each other. Now, personally, I don't know who's telling on who, and I don't have enough intel to sit here and make certain allegations. But what I do know is that we're starting to see people suddenly just get arrested out of nowhere. It's like it's just coming out the woodwork. And what I can go off is what we see and what we're told, right? In the media or in the public. I hate to mention Bezu because like I told y'all before, it was a point in time where I liked Basil because he was like a mystery. You know, it's when he started being a little too vocal on social media where he kind of lost me at, because since then a lot of things started to show and a lot of things started to come out. But that situation where he was caught with the weapons and switches, and that's questionable. You know, however, to play devil's advocate, I do know that having money and pull can get a lot of things tossed out if you have the right connections. But to know that he already had a criminal history, is a felon, beat a body, then got caught with weapons in a switch attachment and was able to come right out, that's a little sketchy. That's all I'm gonna say. Not to mention that video where he said he wanted to speak to the sergeant because he can't get arrested and have stuff on his record. That's crazy to me, because I've always wondered, what was it that he wanted to say to the sergeant? You know, what was it to say? You know, like, I don't know. But once again, I'm not in the business of calling anybody snitches if we can't properly prove it. Not to mention it's something that we can't outright confirm. So at this point, it's just wasted energy, because you're going to say he did, then they're going to say I didn't, and it's just a whole cluster. But all I can say is that was a bad look. Now, shout out to Omega Drip Exclusives. He did a video recently where he alleges that he was told by a credible source that another RICO indictment is allegedly coming, and this time it's targeting Lil Durk. Now, I took a few clips from the video, but I'm gonna leave a link in the comments so y'all can check out the whole video there if you want to check it out. But in the meantime, y'all watch this.
Dirk's lawyer advised Dirk to cut all ties with any of the members, OBlock, Muwop. Once Dirk received news that he's gonna get indicted by the feds, because your lawyer knows when the feds is coming to get you, you know they're coming to get you. Dirk knows the feds is coming to get him. His lawyer told Dirk, you need to cut all ties with any members. That's the reason why Dirk said he don't need no negative energy around him. He didn't stop paying for Muwop's lawyer because he was just trying to leave Muwop for dead. He had no choice. Listen, there's another indictment coming. Dirk is going down with that. There's two snitches. There's two snitches, bro. Alright? Let me ask you a question. Why do you guys think that Kenny Mack, you know how he was locked up first out of the OBlock 5? Before they picked up the OBlock 5, they didn't have to pick up Kenny Mack. He was already in jail, right? Why do you think Kenny Mack never told OBlock he was spoken to? Kenny Mack is giving it all up. That's why Mama Duck said the Can't Get Right murder is going to get solved. The Brick murder is going to get solved. In 2020, somebody bought some guns in Atlanta, and those guns were used in a murder for hire in Chicago. Somebody wore a wire and got Dirk to admit and talk about buying those guns.
Now, once again, let's make it clear. All of it is he say, she say. None of us bloggers know if it'll be another RICO for sure. As I always tell y'all, I don't wish jail or death on nobody, but there's a lot of rumors floating around. Omega says he has a close source that told him it would be coming, and King AK-47 says that Mama Duck herself told him personally. So once again, if Mama Duck told him another RICO is on the way, then them guys better take heed, because she's been on point. You know, the same way I told them before, when she said that arrests would be made on OBlock guys, before anybody really knew who was behind the hit with FBG Duck, you know, pay attention. And although we had a clue due to these guys and their foolish actions on social media, we just never knew 100%. However, Mama Duck came out and told us. Now, another thing that always didn't make sense to me was the fact that there's no boss or leader identified in this OBlock RICO case. Like I stated before, in every RICO case, you have a boss who was identified as the one that's funding the gang organization or enterprise, and he or she is the main target of the RICO because the feds believe they are the one that's keeping the gang thriving. We seen it with BMF, as Big Meech was the boss in that RICO case. In the YSL RICO case, Young Thug was identified as the boss, and I think with somebody else. And even all the way back to the mob days, where the RICO was even started for in the first place, when they took down the Gambino family and John Gotti was known as the head boss. Every mafia in RICO included a boss, but for some reason in this OTF case, a boss was never identified. And we still don't know why. Once again, this is just my observation. Now, before we get out of here, let's address this Muwop lawyer situation. It was Mama Duck who broke the news that somebody stopped paying for Muwop's lawyer, so Muwop is forced to retain a new one, leading up to sentencing. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not sure how this would affect the case, being that they were already found guilty and was ready for sentencing. I don't know if it's a tactic for a motion of continuance or what. I never really heard of it happening like right before sentencing. I've heard of people firing or switching lawyers mid-trial, but never when it was like time for sentencing. So I wonder what that might do for Muwop and what's the tactic, right? Because these lawyers always got a trick up their sleeve. Keep in mind that it was rumored that Muwop was already talking appeal because of the evidence that they believe that they have against him, as well as the surveillance footage not properly showing his face. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what comes out of that one. All right. Now, shout out Mickey Truth. I caught a video where she responded to AK-47, and she was speaking on Dirk allegedly paying for Muwop's lawyer, and stated that if Dirk was the one paying for Muwop's lawyer, why would he basically need to pay in installments? You know, being that he's Lil Durk, of course he could pay the money, right? So I just want to piggyback off that real quick. Speaking from my personal experience in dealing with lawyers in cases, I can't speak for anybody else, but according to me and my observation, it's never a good idea to pay a lawyer in full, especially if you're in the streets. Why? Because when you pay your lawyer in full, they don't work as hard because they already got all the money, right? Now, here's what most lawyers actually do. Real high profile lawyers are very expensive and charge you a consulting fee just to talk to them. I'm talking about, I was in contact with a lawyer one time and he told me it was $1,000 just to step foot in his office, and then it's another $1,000 every half an hour he spends. You know, so you got those type of lawyers. Then you got other lawyers who just takes half up front and you pay them weekly or monthly depending on your case and whatever y'all work out. Then you got them lawyers who take half up front and half when the case is done. And then you have lawyers that you have on call 24/7, where I guess you could pay them monthly, yearly, however y'all choose to work it out. But that's the lawyer that you could call at any given time, any day, for anything. He's like your personal lawyer. And a lot of street guys got those type of lawyers in the cut for various reasons. And you know, that's pretty much it. However, unless that's your number one lawyer that you stand by 100%, it's never a good idea to pay them in full for a case, because when attorneys get that money up front, it's like they don't have the desire to push and work hard because they already received a payment. So they're not driven by anything to fight for you. And that goes beyond just hiring an attorney. That goes with real life business transactions as well. It's never a smart idea to pay anything in full right away. But once again, that's just from my observation in dealing with lawyers in cases. But anyway, when it comes to this new OBlock RICO that's being talked about, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. With all this RICO talk flying around, I hope guys realize that the BS ain't worth it. Just get you a bag, stay out the way. The streets washed up anyway. Everybody's telling, nobody's standing on morals, values, or principles anymore. It's just ugly. All right, but if Mama Duck is saying that a RICO is coming allegedly, I'll take heed to her words, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think a RICO is on the way for OBlock and maybe targeting new members, or is it just rumors? Jump in the comments and let us know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.